Hi everyone, Lorco here, and welcome to my channel. So the topic for today is not about how to forge, but what to forge. So especially for those free-to-play players, and if you want to gain profit, what must be the best card to craft? Okay, and without further ado, let's proceed. So as you can see, guys, we will start with nature, and the main concept of this one is like we all know the requirements in forging, right? So we need a flux and God's token, but not everyone has like abundant abundant resources for that one, especially for new players. And what are like that? What will be like the best? And so, as a free to play player, what are the best card for you like to forge and sell it to the market? Okay, because not every you don't have to need to forge every cards in your collection because not all cards in the collection are desirable, but by majority of people. And FYI, the rule of thumb here is always check for the meta. What is the meta deck for a certain deck? Then people usually copy those kind of deck, and then based on that meta, you will try to forge those cards and sell it to the market. So we start with everyone's favorite, nature, especially for the beginners. Nature is a solid for beginners, especially free to play, because they have like core cards that are popular and are powerful that can be easily used on low ranks. So I highly recommend Canopy because even you are aggro or big beast, medium range, and even control, high chance that people will gonna use Canopy. The next thing is Black Jaguar, Bladefly for aggro, and Overgrown for mid range to big beast. I also recommend for the Hunt. The Hunt is highly used. 6 turn for board control. Some people for beginners trying to look for Green Giant. So I highly recommend those one, guys. So one thing that I think the most popular is the Marsh Walker. So this is must be, so if you have like extra of this, try to craft and sell it, guys. The Marsh Walker and Lightning Strike. Okay. And for the epic card, I highly recommend Wildfire. I think Wildfire is one of the most famous. Uh, I think people will try to get 2 copies of this, and this is like the good thing. People will get 2 copies, and not all people has a copy or none. Faith Flame for board control and Juton for like for the big beast. And I also highly recommend any legendary card. Okay, so technically legendary and epic is a good opportunity for players to forge and sell, but not all. Okay, I think Jersey Me will be popular because on the next core refresh, he will become Amazon, and probably Amazon deck will be popular once that release has been updated. As you can see, I don't have Managmar. This is a legendary card, so this is also good for a wild nature, aggro, or beast or mid range. Okay, so that's like my type. So a must for me is wildfire and marsh. The rest you can like try forge one and then try to sell it. Don't sell as soon as possible. Don't forge everything. Just try one and test the water and sell it to the market. Go to the lowest. If someone's buy, forge again. The next one is the second most popular for beginners and especially for weekend event are war. War is can be frenzy by can be the war meta now is either aggro or war control. So I believe you go for Tavern Brawler for common and Blade Caster. Okay? Uh for the and also Blades, this majority will be popular, especially Blade Caster now because of there's an incoming nerf for Anubian or Skeleton Heavy. I think those spots will be used by Blade Caster, especially if you don't have like Pyramid Warden. Blade of Sticks, usually highly enduring should. It was buffed before, now it was nerfed. I don't recommend this one, but I highly recommend also Trojan Battle Master for control. And for the rare, I think the only one popular is the Viking Lone Ship. And for the epic one, this is highly. Someone already sold a Warmonger in the market for $32. This is an epic pack, and usually two of this kind are used by either aggro or war control. So this is a number one. If you have a lot of this one, craft it. It's highly sellable. People will buy this one. Also, Red Fume. I believe Red Fume. Not all people will gonna require two, but some people need one. So this one. And for the rare, Grendel will be buff next patch on the core refresh. And I think I don't have Hector. So Hector is currently desirable, even though there's an incoming nerf. But I believe people will still be desiring for Hector. So for neutral guys, as you can see, neutral currently, uh, it's supposed to be shield bearer, but because it was like a nerf last week, so I don't see any famous. Even skeleton heavy are currently okay, but lots of people playing. On the next core effect, it will be nerf, and there might be an exchange of. So currently now, I believe for the neutral, hold all the commons until the core refresh because we don't know what will happen to them. Some are like will be moved to different god. Like I believe Trial Spirit will be moved to war. Shield Bearer will be moved to light, and so on. So we really don't know what will happen on the meta for the core set. But technically, currently, the famous are Shield Bearer and Skeleton Heavy. But don't craft forge it yet. Wait for the next update. So for the rare one, Athenian Archer is a solid. People are looking for this one, and also Wicked Foe. If there will be still war control with Blitz, I think Harvest Arcane is a good. But I believe the most famous one will be the Hylian Elite. This is uh, well used by the ramp magic. And if you're going for a big control like nature, war, and stuff, people are playing this one. Even like other control deck that needs a high mana. So this is a good one for the one epic that I don't have is the 2-1, the Aether Vanguard and the Void Drake. I believe these two epic card are highly desired. Especially this one are used by Aether Magic. So if you have one spare, try to craft this one. So as you can see, I am already level 258 and have no copies on, and even the other legendary like Deuteria and Plural. So I think Deuteria is super famous. Craft this craft this one and sell. I think for all the neutral, Deuteria is a good sell here, guys. So for the other legendary, like Nemia, I think Poripirion will be famous on the core refresh. I want you can hold it now and sell it later once it became famous. Centurion are used for Aether Magic and Judge Envoy. I'm not quite sure if this will become famous, especially for the Anubian Resurrection deck on the next core refresh. But I believe the Face Touch Golem uh for the epic card. So Face Touch, the 2 Aether, the 7 Aether, and Poriprinian Dead Cyclops for, and yes, you can see I have like managed to forge one Ecopon, but I believe this is not that much sellable. I think put it period in the next refresh, and I think the number one will be is Deuteria. If you have multiple Deuteria, you're lucky. This is highly uh, acquired by, especially by the control or aggro. Now the next one will be Death. So on the Death meta, there's only two meta: Zoo Death or Zoo Zombie, and also Death Board Wipe. So Death Board Wipe, people using the V-Rock and the Blight Bomb. So Blight Bomb, you will everyone's using Blight Bomb, either what kind of deck you are, control or aggro, and V-Rock. Some players use Brimstone and some people don't have this. You can try this one, sell forge one and sell, and let's see if people gonna buy. For the rare one, I believe Rune Asp. This is like a good requirement for death board wipe, especially if you don't have death board wipe. And for the I think only this one, people does not build anymore a living container deck, but more on the death board wipe or board wipe death and end of time. You can also try task to task and cambion. Fecal cambion, I think are very good on Zoo Zombie. And as you can see, I can forge to one of this, but this is like I think this will be nerf. So you can try one and sell. But like I said, uh, all legendaries are good to sell because it's hard to get, but not all are desirable. That's like FYI there. And as you can see, the only one that I don't have in that is Cerberus. So if you manage to have this one, I think this is also desirable, especially for control deck. So once we got the deck, we're gonna go now to Deception. So on the Deception, guys, there are like two class of deck are famous now. Sleep Deception and Hidden. So I think the one that will get more popular, especially on the next core refresh, will be the Hidden deck. So for the core, go for Amber Arrow for control. Jinx Plate will be nerfed. So we don't know what will be the fate of them, but the Felid Assassin, this will be famous on the hidden one. Amber Arrow for control, and I think this is like the equivalent of Mash Walker for deception is the Switch Duelist. As you can see, I'm high level already, but I only have one copy. So this is a good sell and Dark Knives, guys. So anything that costs hidden. Some beginners like to try this one, the combo with friendly and also Volt Vagabond, but uh, you will never go wrong with Switch Duelist, guys. And also Inconspicuous Carriage, because I believe in the new meta, in the core refresh, they will gonna buff this one further. I think it will become 3-6 or 3-5. I think 3-5 for Fortocas. I think people will gonna use this one because it's much more deadlier now. There's a nerf on exercise and Toast of Peace, especially next term. So currently now people will gonna play Sleep Deception, but I think people will gonna focus uh on the hidden, especially for the next course pass. Locan, this is a legendary. If you have, you can try it, but I believe it's maybe wait for until the next upgrade. And if you notice, I think this is like a number one for them, like Warmonger in War, Hunting Trap. As you can see, I only have 0 copies up to now, and I believe this is like a desirable, very high in demand epic for the deception. This can be used by either hidden and also by the control. So I highly recommend it. Talaya, I think it's a good to craft. This is like legendary, but I believe nobody will gonna use this one. I highly recommend Hunting Trap if you have like a spare one. Let's go to light. For light, we're gonna wait for the core refresh because there will be a new meta there, like the base 2 strength, white weenie or light weenie. And currently now, as long as we waiting for the nerf, I think the most famous are the light levy. All light deck has this one. Bright mage just for weenies, for your zoo light. But technically, these two are like the highly desirable, the blind martyr and the ritual rod. The weapons and the blind martyr one, and of course for the legendary Asterius. This is the most expensive core in the core set. Legendary, the Asterius. So if you have like extra, as you can see, I managed to forge one, but I don't have extra copies, so I cannot sell this until I get my second core as set. Okay, if I get one, I will sell one of this because I believe this is like the most desired legendary. I think second will be the Stereus from the neutral core set. So I think that's it. Blind Miter, Ritual Rod, Light Levy, and wait for the upcoming core refresh. The next one is Magic. So on Magic, the good thing about Magic, especially for beginners, they gonna go for tempo or ramp. And majority of the spells here are in common, are like highly desirable that you must have no matter what. So Starbolt, Tracking Bolt can be used for both tempo and ramp. Mana is highly used for ramp. You can like if you have more, not bad to try one and forge one and then sell it. Then wait if people buy it, then forge again. But one at a time. Wind Breath and Crystal Rain and Ratify. Even Inferno guys for the 7 to cast for ramp control. For the rare, the highly desirable are Street Conjurer and Sip of Elixir for ramp. And for the epic, Oni Spell, Time Bomb, and Assistant Alchemist for tempo. So both of this one are for tempo. This one are sometimes used by Athletean Magic. Who knows on the next core refresh, a lot of Athletean will be moved to Magic. So who knows? No. So I highly recommend Oni Spells and some of and Street Conjurer. I believe you will never go wrong within these two. And for the legendary, Moth currently is not famous, but I believe with the core refresh, they based on the PTR, they want to buff this one. So if that happens, then this will be highly in demand. So if you have like two or more, forge and sell it. So as you can see, I don't have the legendary Frey. I think nobody will gonna buy this one anyway. So I don't recommend to forge this one, and that's it. So I believe I finished all the core set. So I'll give you three tips of advice. So first of all, don't craft everything. Think wisely because you might run out of God's token and flux. So try to if the cards that I mentioned, just try to forge one and sell it. If someone's buy it, then forge more. Don't forge everything because you want to first like always the golden rules, test the water, try it and check it if people literally buy. Second thing guys that I want like to teach you guys that the core and the rare cards are guys are can be purchased using a store card, a store on the weekly star store. So as you can notice, overgrown I mentioned it's highly used. As you can see, you can like buy this one on the store and rare. So rare and common can be buy and store some, but nobody knows when, right? So just like an FYI on this one. Especially I think Marsh Walker, Hillian Elite. Hillian Elite, I never managed to get that from my leveling card pack, but I managed to get all my six in the weekly special. So that's like what happened there. And the third and final is like always I think focus on first selling the epic and the legendary because those are like hard to get and highly desirable, especially not all, but like Warmonger for the epic, Wildfire for nature. So those are like highly desirable. Even like legendary, not all legendaries are made equal. There are like Hector, Grendel, and Deuterius and Austerius. The Deuteria and Austerius, those are like a highly in demand one. So I hope you learn. And if you have like question or suggestion, please leave a comment. And if any cards that you think that are desirable that I never mentioned, please let me know so I can like correct myself. And for more God's Unchained content, please sub and like. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you so much, guys. And have a good day.